Welcome to English classes. This is the second part of the video of the chapter Determiners. In the previous video of this chapter, we studied about what are determiners, the types of determiners, and in detail about one of its type, that is articles. In this video, we will study about other types of determiners in detail. So let's get started with the video.
Now let's study about another kind of determiner, and what was that? Demonstratives. And the words which came under it was this, these, that, and those. Okay. So, when do we use this and these? When we place it before singular nouns and we use it to demonstrate that. Okay. This book contains lots of pictures. So, I am talking about which book? This particular book, which is placed just before me or near me. And when I use it in plural sense, then we will use these books. These books contain lots of pictures. So, because the noun has been plural, so this has changed into these. So, understood where we use this and these. The next one is that and those. That is a tall building. So, over here, I'm talking about that building. That boy is sitting at last. So, someone who is in singular person and is at distance, there we use that. Okay? And when that is used in plural sense, we use those. For example, those are tall buildings. So, it is used in plural sense. Or if I say, those boys are sitting behind. So, I am talking about the students who are at distance and they are sitting far away and they are in plural number. So, that will change into this type of determiner is possessives. Now, what are the words which comes under possessives? Mine, his, hers, yours, your, theirs, ours. So these are the words which comes under possessives. I told earlier the word possessives comes from possession, which means belongings. So it is used to show the possession or the belonging of any particular article or goods or things, anything it can be. For example, my book, his house, their project, our house, next type of determiner is distributives. And what are the words which falls under it? Either, neither, every, and each. So the first one is either. Where do we use it? It has got two sense where we can use it. Where the first one is, that is between any two. Okay? When we talk about two person, two things or two articles, anything. So when we talk about between that to anyone, there we will use either. Okay? For example, the sentence is, you can take either bus. What does it mean? That I can take any one of the bus. Okay? The next place where we use either, it is the both. When we talk about the both. For example, either side of the road. Either side of the road. It means on the both sides of the road. Either this side or that side. Any side can be used. Then where do we use neither? The next word is neither. And where do we use? It is the opposite of the word either, and we use it means not any one of them, none of them. In that case we use neither. For example, you should take neither side. Means what? That you should not take any one of the side, neither this side nor that side. So it is opposite of either, and we use it when we use in the sense none of the next type of distributives is every. So where we use every, when we talk about anything as a group. For example, every child is special. So this sentence is not meant for one particular child, but for the child as a group. Means the entire group comes under it, and more than one child. It symbolizes the particular group, age group. So we use every child is special. And where do we use each? When we talk about any individual or any particular thing separately. For example, each child has to answer the test. Means each child individually needs to answer the test. That's why we have used here each. So I hope till here everything was clear to you all. Now next move over to the next type of determiner, that is the quantifiers. Now let's see what are quantifiers. So words which comes under quantifiers are some, any, much, many, several, a lot of, and etc. So the quantifiers comes from the word quantity, and I hope you all know what you mean by quantity. So these words tells about the quantity. Many, much, some, lot of, all these words. So first see some and If I say I have some friends, means it is used in positive manner that I have some friends. And if I say the same sentence in negative, I don't have any friends. So it is used in negative sense. That's why instead of some here we have used any. Okay. For example, do you have some money? Do you have any money? Shall I lend you some money? Means if you don't have, it is in negative, then I shall lend you. That will be in positive. So it is also used with the interrogative sentences, as just now I said. For example, could you give me some water? Or do you need any help? So these are the sentences in interrogative forms. There also we can use some or any. And it is also used to be the, for example, let me say it in a more clear way. Sometimes any can also used to mean. For example, it does not matter which one or who or when. For example, the sentences, you can give me any pen you have. My doors are always open for you. You can come anytime. So these are also the sentences where we use some or any. The next type of quantifier is much and many. Now where do we use much? Before uncountables. For example, much labor, much joy. And where we use many before the countables. For example, many students, many articles, many books. So when we talk about countables, then we use many. When we talk about uncountables, there we use much. Now let's see little, a little, the little, few, a few and the few. So where we use the little, not much or hardly any, almost nothing. For example, there was a little support for the strike. Now where we use a little, at least something is there. For example, we still have a little money with us, means not many and not at least nothing, at least something is there. The next one is the little, means almost whole quantity, more than some. For example, we still have the little rice that the shopkeeper offered me. So means I still have the rice in more than enough quantity. So we use the little. So where we use little when we mean almost nothing or very less. A little means more than, nothing means sufficient, and the little means almost whole quantity. Next is few, a few and the few. Where we use few, so few is used to show for almost not many but almost none, nothing. For example, this TV channel is not good. It shows few good programs, means almost no good programs are there. Next is a few. It is used for at least some. Last evening I went to the city center with few friends, means at least some friends were there. And the few means all of them, means almost the entire quantity. The few trees left at the hillside do not bear fruit, means almost the whole trees. So little is used to show quantity, that is uncountables, that is the little, a little and little. And few is used with countable, that is when we talk about any numbers which can be counted. The meaning of both are same. The difference is this. Please understand again that we use little, a little and the little with uncountables. Little is used when we talk about almost nothing. A little is used for at least some, and the little for entire quantity. The next type of determiner is interrogatives. And what are the words that comes under it are what, which, whose, who, etc. Okay. So, where do we use it? It is used to ask questions that may be described as interrogatives. For example, I said what, which, whose, how much, how many. These are the different kinds of interrogatives. For example, whose bag is lying on my desk? How many students are present today? Which book do you like the most? Whose bags are lying in the playground? Okay, so these are the different types of interrogatives which falls under determiners. So we studied about articles, then possessives, distributives, quantifiers, interrogatives, and what are determiners. So these were the things that we covered in the video related to this chapter. I hope it was clear to you all. You can go through the video again if you want to revise the chapter, and keep studying and keep revising your